Poor Mason, been waiting all morning, left it as late as we could for him to go to school. Just walked through the door, the fish have arrived. You're going to see him the same time as me. What on earth, that mandingo's? Ricardo, you've sent me the wrong thing, mate. These and brake discs. What an absolute numpty. Well, as you can see, we've got the lid up waiting for the fry off Vince and Ricardo and Rocky Boy, of course. And I have absolutely struggled to get that round here. My grandson, obviously, he's in bed. They don't get up till 1 o'clock, these young guns. Mason's been waiting patiently all morning because we had a delivery and it was saying it was in Wednesbury. So that's why I thought I'd reveal Mason's fry. Ricardo, stop selling brake discs, mate, will you? Oh dear. Anyway, the next video, hopefully, if I ordered an exhaust pipe, that is, the next delivery should be Mason's fry. As you know, I've got myself an Awazi vacuum. I've been used a couple of times. Good as new, you can tell, because it's still got the crinks where it was originally folded in the cable. I've just put it in that handle for now. All that's been bleached. Sponge still drying off. Most of the parts have been in there in bleach all night. Oh yeah, the pipes, just letting them, they've all been flushed out with clean water, and the net there for all the crap. All the fittings have all been bleached, flushed, cleaned, hanging up there. And I've got two of these little shelf unit things here, so I've screwed the one to the bottom of the box behind there, and you can see the pipes. Don't know whether that's what that was for, because there's only 4 fittings, so obviously the pipes on the floor. Amalgam bulb for in here. An update on that. I've just sent a message to Dave because I had it off Dave. Cheapest bulb I can get for that is 129 quid. I can't justify that. But the unit itself, you can get them for 245 quid, 300 quid. I bid on one, a complete unit on eBay, 65 quid. No bids on it at all, and then obviously somebody's used one of them snipers and beat me by £1. So I've lost that. Pete from West Brom, he's got me the instructions for that, so I've got to try and download them. I don't know how to do it. I'll find out how to get my daughter to do that. And I'm still waiting for Mason's fry to arrive, so I'm just going to make myself a cup of tea now, and hopefully they'll arrive in the next half an hour or so. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Take 2, and what gives it away is the label. Go Pete, you plonkadell boy. I'm just going to open the box and then I'll bring you back and we'll have a look together. You probably can't see a lot. The food, as expected of Ricardo. Another little tubhead I've just took out with the destructions. Going to get that back now into Mason's tank, and let's get them settled down. This is their the beginning of their journey. Mason will be as chuffed as anything when he comes home. You better believe he will. Can't seem that good, to be honest. Double bagged, obviously. Sorry about the camera work, it's picking up, but you can see them. Pretty tight picking up, but as good as I thought. I'm just going to let him settle now anyway. Ho ho! There we are. Don't know how much of that you can see. Bring it down off the pod. Not sure if it's the right thing to do, but I've just put a little scoop of Daphne in. And I'm on it already. Oh, get in there. Nice and well be chuffed you are going to see them when they're doing this big wheelie bin. Stop that paw there, I can see one there that's struggling, so I'm going to net it out. Here we go again. Someone's swimming back into the tank. They don't want to go in. Come on. There we go. Bosh, yeah. Oh, right then, so I'm trying to come up with an idea that I've seen on caravans when they have a little coffee table, slides out, the leg sits under the table and then it swings down like that, so it stands up and then clips back. So I'm trying to think how I can make it like that. Now I know I suppose I could put an hinge on that and do it that way, but I want to try and use a piece of tube. So I want to get my pod, set you up and see if I can show you what idea I've come up with. So then the tube, it'll screw to the lid like that, then it'll fold in and then clip on the other side of the lid. You better believe it will, if it works. Of course, enough with these bloody glasses like this. I'm trying to set you up so I'll see if I can show you. So I've got a piece of wood, as you can see. Piece of tube. What I want to do is get that to pivot, get the tube to pivot, so this piece of wood will stick to the lid, this will pivot down and stick on top of his tank, and then pivot down and lock with a little clip on the lid. I don't think this piece of wood's quite wide enough. You can see that I've just marked that out there. So I've got to cut that out so the pipe will fit in that gap. Then drill an hole through the pipe and through the wood and stick a pin in. And then hopefully then the plastic tube will pivot on that pin. I'm going to have a mess about with it and see if I can suss it out. Sorry about the camera wobble. This piece of wood that I've just marked off, as you can see, there's cracks. It's all burst, split, burst. So I'm going to, obviously I'll sand all this down when I've done it, if it works. First thing I'm going to do, I don't think you can actually see what I'm doing there. Measure the width of the pipe. You can see that. Just a rough idea. Now what I'm going to do now is get a spade bit, like that, the width of the pipe. Oh god, I don't want to get too big. Oh, that's going to be right on the borderline of splitting the timber, that is. Right, I'm going to use this one. I'll try and get the diameter, the size of that there, because this has got a swing inside that piece of wood. Then I'm going to drill the timber first before I cut the piece off that I need. So what I'm going to do now is centralise that, so I get the arch there that I want, and I'll jigsaw that there and get myself a nice little archway. So I'm going to do that, drill that, then saw it out, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Just been into me lean-to, put it in the vise. You cut the hole, gives you your oval, cut down your straight bits. Obviously I'll sand that to make that, get that little edge off there. Now then, the whole idea of this is if I stick a pin through there, straight through the tube and out the other side, it'll swivel like an hinge like that. That's the whole idea. What I need to do now, I'm just going to tidy this up in here. It's a little bit tight, which I expected, so I'll sand a little bit of that out. Chop that off, not quite as big as that, I'm going to make it smaller. Put an hole straight through there, so I can put a nut and bolt, stainless steel nut and bolt through. That'll hold it, if I do it that way, to the lid. And then this, I'll swing like that. Oh, you better believe it will. Oh, looking at the phone here, the car, it's on the skew whiff and the wind's blowing it. Oh dear, what have I done with a bit of wood now? Oh no, tech 4. Back in a minute, I'm back. I was looking for the piece of wood, I couldn't find it. Here's the noggin. Got glasses on, look, still, of course, see? It's on the end of my tube, look. You can probably see now what I'm trying to do. So that there'll bolt to mason's lid. I'll put a pin, drill a hole and put a pin all the way through that tube there, and then that I'll swing like that with the opposite way. Let me try and do it, the pipe's a bit long at the minute. So that'll sit on mason's lid. When I lift the lid up, the pipe will swing down and then sit on the timber, and then when I lift the lid up, just like the caravan coffee table. I've got a clip, these one I prepared earlier, and it'll clip onto that out the way. Ah! You better, on Carby's Koi, chatting bubbles, you better believe it. Cold Beer's tip of the week. I'm going to flick you around and see if I can show you what I'm trying to achieve with this piece of tube. I've just done one video and cut it off, so I'm redoing it. So at the moment I've got a piece of wood there propping Mason's lid up to there. Oh, I've just noticed there's an hole that side. There's an hole already there, which is what I was going to try and use. Screw that piece of wood there, the plastic tube then will line down there and clip on the bracket. So then I can pull the tube, it'll come this way and sit on the timber. But looking at that hole there, when I drop the lid, I think the tube's going to fall there, so I might have to move it across. I've got too much going on that side. I don't really want it in the middle, because you've got a good viewing space from here. So that's what I'm trying to achieve with that plastic tube. I'm going to make it the same length as this piece of wood, and then obviously I can't put it there anyway. I've just realised that corner's missing, and this side here I've got the feeder, so it might have to come a bit further across here to here, which is a bit of a shame. And I've just noticed something else as well, the length of the tube that way. Oh, it's alright that side. Just looking at that side there, that piece out there, I was thinking that piece of tube is going to foul it. So I'll get back to that, set that up, cut my tube, and then we'll have a look together. So I've just got a message coming up on the phone. Right. Now I did have a mark on here, so what I've done, I've marked my tube. Now what I want to do, I want to try and put a little bit of a U shape so it sits on the timber. So what I'm thinking of, I've got the drill bit in the drill at the moment, so before I cut that off, I'm going to try and drill that straight the way through, and straight through there before I cut that off. Then hopefully then it should give me a nice circle, front and back. Give me a nice shape for it to hook onto the timber. Here's the drill bit I've got, look, so I'm going to try and get that straight the way through there, if I can get it level. Not the best hole I've ever drilled. So what I'll do now is slice the pipe off there and just smooth this up a little bit. As you can see, I've got the piece of timber there holding it in place, and this is what I'm trying to achieve now. So I'm going to stainless steel screw in that piece of wood, that'll hinge on a pin through the tube. I've half mooned that with that drill bit to make it nice and smooth, to sit on the end of there so it don't fall off. So what I need to do now is drill a hole in that piece of wood, one for the pin for it to hinge on it, the other one so it bolts to the top of the lid. I think I need to make that just slightly smaller. I'm just going to work it out now anyway and fit it up. I just thought I'd set it up in the voice just so you can see what I was getting at. I need a plastic peg through there really. I've got a drill bit at the moment, but you can see the idea I was trying to get at. I think what I'm going to try and do if I can is varnish that piece of wood, because I don't think that'll last long. The only thing is the stainless steel bolts I've got, they ain't long enough. I'm not going to done with the stainless steel bolt really to get through there. I drilled these holes too big because originally I was going to put a screw in that side so it was tight in the wood but loose in the plastic, so the screw in the wood would stay but it would swivel on there. This is my next idea. I'll see if I can find something, and when I find it I'll let you know, because as you know I'm an order. Whoops. So we'll find something. Won't be long for Mason I'll be looking at his fry. Oh, you better believe it. Ah, dear. It was all going so well. So I found a couple of stainless steel bolts that was tight in the timber. Trying to line them up in the holes, and you can see by that I hadn't got it in the hole of the tube right, and it's just snapped it. I've drilled these holes out bigger so it'd swivel on that, and I've just tried, I should have done that before. I've just tried that bolt and it wouldn't have gone through that hole anyway. Look at it. So I've got to make another one. Never mind. I wanted to get that done for Mason come from school as well, but it is what it is. Okay, so I've stopped for a bit of lunch. I made another one. Just put a little bit of pressure on my fingers, it snapped because the grain of the wood. So what I'm going to try and do now, if you remember before when I was extending the roof on me above my pond, I had some joists and I cut the joists up from next door. So I've got a length of joist, which is bent like a banana. Looking at the grain of wood on that, it is wider, which is going to make it a little bit better for me. So I'm just going to mark it up on that and make that. I've got 10 minutes to drill the hole and cut it off before the owl pal comes in and looks at his fry. Take 3. Different plan of attack. I made another one with an hole in the middle of that and it split again, so I want to try that route. I've got to go and pick the little lad up now, so I'll do a video when he comes back and looks at his tank, because I've added some more things on there that I showed you yet. I want Mason to be the first one to see it, so you'll see his reaction. Just fetched Mason from school. He's waiting there because I've done something for him for his tank that he iced in, and obviously he's frying. So I want to see his face when he sees his tank. Okay then, matey. Wait there a minute, wait there. It's official. Mason's koi pond. What do you say, mate?
Thank you, Vincent Ricardo.
Nice one. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the air down off a little bit, set it up so we can have a look at his fish. This is the first time Mason's actually set his eyes on his fry. Can you see him, Mace?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. The bit petite now.
Yeah, well, them babies, ain't they? So what we got to do? See what move around here so we can get out the sunlight. Tiny, either, mate?
Yes. Small.
Hopefully we'll soon get them bigger. Don't know whether it's picking it up on the phone, of course, with the reflection.
Cutie pies.
Well worth it, just see his little face. So while he's been at school, you've probably noticed now, I've got him a couple of ball art, if you want to call it. I brought him some from the front of his tank, and of course look at that. Good old Timu. Back to this hinge I've been making. I don't think this is going to last. See the crack in that already. That's why I put a screw either end. I think the weight of the lid and the movement, it'll break again. I could do with ideally a piece of solid plastic block to do that. I'm going to mark it up now and screw it on and see what happens. Obviously on the inside. As you can see, me and my little mucker here, we're going to try out our own brine shrimp hatchery. You might guess where I bought this from. Well, the missy bought it. My favourite shop. So what we're going to do, this is just an experiment, we don't know if it's going to work. Mason's going to fill the jug, 3 litres of water into here. Just that one. That's it. Okay. Tip it into there, get it all in. One, go on another one. See about the camera work. Good lad. 2, get it all in there. That was still on. That was still on because you've got to work else. Good lad.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one.
I think we'll leave it at that, I think. Okay, so we've got 2 litres in there now. Can you bring a little jug, mate, or do you want me to bring it?
This.
You bring that and I'll get your jug. You bring that. Okay, so we've put 2 litres of water in this container. You got it, mate?
Yeah.
Carry it over to his tank. With the fry that Mason received, he had some brine shrimp eggs. Our thinking is now, we have got a supply of Daphnia there, and in them 3 tubs there I put a little bit in this one and that far one, just in case the big one crashes. So we've been feeding them. So our thinking is now, give them a chance to keep breeding. We're going to set up this. You want to put it on top of here, mate, without spilling it? So, okay then. I'm just going to get some salt for Mason and get the eggs, and then we'll show you how we're going to set it up. Mason's put 2 litres of water in that tub. For every litre of water we need a spoon of salt. Okay, mate? Try not to get any lumps in it. Shake it so your spoon's level. Okay, put that in your tub. That's it, spread it around. Another spoon. Make sure you got no lumps in, mate. That's it. Now put some more in. You've got to fill it, overfill it, then shake it. That should be plenty. Put that in. Now get your spoon wet, because now we need. Again, we're not 100% sure. Loads of different ways. I was watching videos last night, quite a few videos. Different people, different ways, and most of them worked, if I'm honest. Okay, mate, so if you put your spoon in there now, open your seal, put your spoon in, don't top them all over the floor. Go on, put it in, shake it over the bowl so they don't fall out. Okay, so they don't fall out. Get in your water. Okay. Put your spoon back in your salt. How about that then? Right, now what we need to do, mate, put that on there so it don't blow off. We'll set it up now and we'll come back to you in a second. We've moved Mason's brine shrimp over here. We're just setting up a little airline. This may not be the right way to do it. We have seen some use eaters with good results and bad results. You want to plop that in your water, mate? Don't plop it, just place it in your water nice and gently. Whoops, whoops. Now turn your tap all the way to the end. Put it on as bubbly as you can. Go on. Now you turn it off, that's it. Yeah. The lid. Oops, sorry mate.
It's okay.
So hopefully, they reckon in 36 hours, if that works I'll eat my hat. 36 hours. They should be hatched.
24 to 36 hours.
There you've heard it on Mason. 24 to 36 hours. Well done, son. Champion. Will it is now in 36 hours what's happened.